This episode is brought to you by our patrons. Thank you so much for being a patron. And if you're not one and you'd like to become a patron, just jump on over to patreon.com/LunchTimeTechTalk. Now, on with our show.
3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the...
Dude, my God. What?
You're pretty excited, huh?
What? What?
What do you mean what? That was totally Mahomes.
Oh, I didn't know what to do with myself, so I'm a little bit superstitious.
Yeah,
as Michael Scott would call it, I'm a little stitious.
Oh. Why? What?
So towards the end of the game, like, I started moving seats. I didn't know where I should sit.
Did you really?
Yes, because as Bud Light will tell you, it's only crazy if it doesn't work.
Well, you're a believer in the butterfly effect. Then.
I am. So with 7 minutes to go in the game, we were down 20-10.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up standing because I had tried every other seat.
Nothing's working here.
Right? So I stood up and I had my left foot on the hardwood and my right foot on the carpet. And I don't know why that mattered, but all of a sudden, it turned around 21 points in 6 minutes, and we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And
go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs. Holy cow.
It was fun. That last quarter was fun.
That last quarter was fun.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to spend like $600 on merch. but we spent $58, and I feel pretty good about it.
I would say you came out good. Yes. What did you buy?
We bought a t-shirt, like the on-field t-shirt that you saw.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought a towel. So you've been in my cubicle.
Yeah.
I've got like the World Series stuff for the Royals.
Mm-hmm.
There's kind of an empty space there.
Mm-hmm.
I got a towel to hang there that says Super Bowl champs and all kinds of whatever else.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's exciting. It's good. I am glad for you and my other friends that are really big Chiefs fans. So there's you, there's my buddy Ron, and my brother.
Yeah.
Those are people that I know are true diehard Chiefs fans.
Yeah.
And, that's awesome. There's a few other people, but these are the people that I talk to.
Yeah, that you have the most contact with and whatever.
Yeah, so, yeah, it was exciting. My kids loved it. We went over to my in-laws' house, Jessica's parents' house, and watched it. So
yeah. You're not going to believe this. I cried. No, I'm a bit of a crier. Surprise. No,
I didn't.
So there was that? I do believe that. No, there was a point where like Andy Reid was on screen and like the confetti was falling and I was just like I was
You're
overcome.
Just like Cheerios all over again.
Andy Reid finally got his Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Chiefs finally got there. I mean, so we won one before. We won the fourth one ever.
Mm-hmm.
It was 50 years ago. We haven't even been to one since.
Right.
For all of those you that don't know. And so like it's a big deal. But here's something cool.
It is a big deal, Chad, because I've waited 50 years of my life.
Right.
For them to win another Super Bowl. I've only been alive 38.
Right.
Almost 39, but I've waited my whole life.
That's
for this.
exactly what Mac Lethal says in his video.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When he intros, because he wrote an anthem.
Oh, yeah, maybe
also,
that's where I heard that from.
Yeah,
you sent me that.
He's like, we've been waiting 50 years. I am 38 years old, and I have been waiting 50 years.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome that they won, and it's different whenever they're from your state, right?
Yeah.
So it's like.
So here's a pretty cool stat. Kansas City is the only city that has, in the Super Bowl era, that has 2 Super Bowl victories, 2 World Series championships, and 2 MLS soccer titles.
Wow.
Now, technically, the soccer stadium is in Kansas City, Kansas. But if you count Kansas City as a whole, which it's hard to do because they are 2 separate cities.
Yeah. Speaking of Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah, I saw it.
It just cracked me up.
Yeah.
Tweet of the year.
Easily.
Easy.
And won't be topped.
I mean, it's the beginning of the year. There's
the great state of Kansas.
That was funny.
Yep, congratulations.
Yeah.
There were so many things going around. Do you remember when the hurricane was coming and he Sharpied on, like, because it wasn't supposed to affect Alabama at all. And then he, like, drew with Sharpie because he said it was going to affect Alabama. And he's like, see, here it is. This is the National Weather Service map. And I just drew this piece on. Somebody took a map of the Midwest and, like, where Kansas and Missouri join at Kansas City, like, they drew Sharpie around the city of Kansas City to make it part of Kansas. And they're like, here you go, President Trump, we helped you out.
What I like about it is it just shows that, okay, he's a human.
He's a human. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes or maybe a lot of times people just do stupid things, and that was a tweet.
That was
hilarious.
a tweet.
So yeah, you watched the Super Bowl.
Yeah. What else happened this weekend?
You came over.
I did.
And helped me work on my trail.
I did. It was so nice here this weekend.
Oh my gosh. It was unbelievable.
72 or 3 on Sunday. It got way up into the 60s on Saturday.
Yeah. They said that it was warmer here on Sunday than it was in Miami. Where
That's true.
Playing Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's kind of nuts.
It is kind of nuts.
So yeah, you came over and we worked on my personal trail.
Yeah.
Walnut Springs is the name. And we built a little gap jump over a log. There's a YouTube video out there. You guys can watch it. That's the first.
You say
many.
little, as in like just part of your Midwest nomenclature.
Mm-hmm.
It's a decent jump.
It's a good jump for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's not, you can't roll it.
No, you can't roll it.
You have to jump it.
You have to jump it.
You need to at least get your front wheel over the log to survive it.
Yeah. It's about a 3.5 to 4 foot gap.
Yeah.
We kind of eyeball measured it.
I think I say little because it seems like everybody goes so big on YouTube.
Sure.
Like, you saw Seth's last video.
Jumping over an entire driveway.
Over an entire driveway.
That looks like 2 cars could pass each other on. It's a big driveway.
Let's be honest. Most people, I would say 99% of the people out there that ride mountain bikes can't do that.
Yeah. So when we were out there building it, I liked what you said. You called it a beginner level intermediate jump.
Yes.
So, like, it's not beginner level at all.
No.
But for the type of riders we are, which is seasoned but not great.
Yeah, we don't ride a ton.
Yeah.
But we ride enough to be decent.
Yeah. Like, this is, for our skill level, a beginner jump.
Yeah.
And I get that.
What I like about it is it's a jump that if you have just started mountain biking...
It's intimidating.
It's intimidating, but it's doable.
Yeah.
You can build your confidence.
If you had a toe in, yeah.
You can build your confidence on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was fun. We did that. It was an awesome day.
It was an awesome day.
Finished off building the trail jump thingy with a glass of your fancy whiskey.
Shout out to our UK folks. We had some Cull Ela whiskey.
Yeah, it was fancy.
From Scotland.
It was good.
It was good.
But I did a few other things over the weekend, and I don't really remember what they were because that pretty much took the cake.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Between impromptu, for me, impromptu trail building and mountain biking and jumping on Saturday, which when I got there, you were like, hey, I built this, but it needs to harden up. There's no way we're jumping it today. To running it 12, 15 times, something like that.
Yeah.
We jumped it a bunch.
Oh, yeah, we did. It needed to be done.
It needed to be done. But between that and the Super Bowl, I was elated and exhausted.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a fun weekend.
It was a fun weekend.
Yeah. So this week, I wanted to talk about YouTube announcing ad revenue for the very first time across their entire platform.
Like their earnings or like how much their people earned?
To me, it came across as how much they earned from ad revenue. Now, I don't know if they distribute that out amongst people, but I think it's just their revenue.
Okay.
I don't know. The article wasn't very long, but and the GMC announced an electric vehicle.
Yeah, they did.
How about you?
I want to talk about Elon and Blackberry.
Blackberry?
Yep.
Ooh, this could be interesting.
Yeah.
Want to do this?
Let's do it.
All right.
Welcome back to Lunchtime Tech Talk. I'm Chad.
And I'm Mike. Do you want to go first?
Sure.
What do you want to talk about first?
So you sent me a video / article last week of Elon Musk, SpaceX. They launched 60 more satellites.
Oh, yeah.
I watched the video,
Yeah.
which was like an hour. I skipped through a lot of it
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of it is just like, oh, the thing's still going.
It's still, there you go.
There it goes. But I watched like the takeoff and the landing, which is still just crazy.
It blows my mind.
But they land them on boats now.
Boats, and then they catch something with a net. I don't know if it's part of that rocket or a different rocket.
Yeah. So I read in the body, like what I saw landed fine and everything was okay. But I read in the article that only half of it landed on the boat and maybe the rest of it fell in the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a bummer.
Yeah.
But, whatever. But they put 60 more of the Starlink satellites into orbit.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. But I kept messaging you, because I was at work. I kept messaging you, and I was like, dude, this rocket's going 6,000 kilometers an hour. Now it's going 7,000. Now it's going 8,000. Dude, it's 60 miles in the sky. Like, science is crazy. But it ended up, like the orbiting part, it got up to 11,000 kilometers an hour before it released the satellites. That's so fast.
Yeah, that's not even something that my mind works around.
Right? And so I'm watching, and it's like 200 kilometers up or something like that. I don't remember. Don't at me if I'm wrong. Or do. I don't care.
Right.
But like, in the time that I watched, it had made 3 revolutions.
Mm-hmm.
It had gone around the Earth like 3 times.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, that's mind-boggling, because it's so fast. It's so fast.
It is crazy how fast things travel in space.
Yeah.
It blows. What really impressed me about this whole like satellite thing is 60 satellites, and they want to do 12,000, and they want to do another 30,000. That's crazy in itself.
Yeah.
But the turnaround time, they're talking 2 weeks between catching the rocket, putting it back up, and launching it again.
That's insane. 2. What?
Like, really?
What?
How?
I don't know.
It goes through so much stuff and at such high speed, and then it comes back down and it gets, I don't know. That feels like the future to me.
Right? And it's happening now.
Some things you see, like cell phones, they've been around for a really long time, and like even like major innovations, like the folding stuff, like it feels futuristic, but it's not like, here's a spaceship that we're launching and we're landing.
But we know we've been working towards that.
Yeah.
Like we've seen the flexible screens,
Yeah.
and we used to have flip phones,
Uh-huh.
not with flexible screens.
Right.
And so now it just feels like the marrying of the two, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. But this?
But when they're just like, hey, look at this rocket. Hey, watch it land. You're just like, no, that's not how rockets work.
That's not how it
That's
works.
not
That's
how
how
they
it
work.
works in science fiction.
Right. The other thing, Elon Musk released an EDM track, and it sucks, but I don't like EDM music, so maybe it's just me.
You told me about this, and it kept popping up.
Did you search it out?
No, it kept popping up like on the on some of the web pages that I go to. And after you told me that, I was like, I'm just not interested.
Trust your vibe, bro.
Yeah, I'll just trust you. I mean, he doesn't look like the type of guy that would create amazing music. I don't know. There's
But
like
he
that
is-
look.
But he's dating Grimes, and that's her type of music, I think.
And so now he's trying to whatever.
Whatever.
You know what? The dude
know?
makes crazy cars and launches things into space. So
let him make some music,
Yeah.
too. Why not?
you know what? Go for it.
Yeah. Do you want me to do my other thing, or do you want to do a thing?
Why don't I do one of mine?
Okay.
So YouTube, I guess they never released like their ad revenue before. So apparently they released
Marcus just started Zwifting. I get so jealous when I see that pop up.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcus.
It's like what, 5 o'clock there or something? It's like
7 hours. So it's like 6:16.
yeah. So it's nighttime for him.
It is.
He's probably
He
gonna
deserves
Zwift,
it.
and he's gonna have like
He's gonna have a beer.
or
He's gonna
a
go
glass
to bed.
of wine.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I get it. Whatever,
Whatever, Marcus. Good luck on your ride.
Good luck.
Hope you did good.
Yep.
So they released the last 3 months of their revenue for their ads. Nearly $5 billion
What?
in 3 months
For ads
for ads.
that you normally watch 4 or 5 seconds of and skip through.
Yeah.
You know?
It is kind of crazy, but you think about it.
5 billion.
Sometimes you watch, and I don't understand this. You know, I've been on YouTube for a while, and of course, I'm not to the level where I get ads ran on my channel. But some of these people have like 10-minute YouTube videos,
Sure.
and they'll have like 4 or 5 ads run on them.
Right.
But others will be like 20 minutes long, and they'll only have one.
Well, so that's a choice.
Kind of. You can pick and choose, like, if you have an ending and a starting, but in the middle, I don't know where you choose that.
You can
in the
turn
settings.
that off because all the ASMR artists turn them off
Yes,
in the middle.
You can turn off you can turn off specific ones, but I don't know how they get the number of ads in the middle. So some only have like 1 ad, some have 3 or 4 ads.
Oh, yes, you either turn it on or off, but you're talking about quantity.
Yeah,
I don't think you picked that. I think your channel size determines that.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe like if you have, I don't know.
Because there's
Hopefully one day that will be my problem to figure out.
there's a keto fitness guy who's pretty big. I can't remember his name right now, but he has a whole bunch of subscribers and gets millions of views per video or whatever. But his is like that. Like every 3 minutes, there's a commercial. And it gets super annoying.
Right.
Because it's the same deal. They're like 10-minute videos, but you'll have one at the beginning, one at the end, and then 2 or 3 in the middle.
Right. So, I don't know why they just released this. My only thought is they got that new guy, that Sundar, I don't know, Pichai. I don't know how to say his name, but he's the new CEO. So I can only guess that that's the reason why the Alphabet company is now releasing.
I forgot
ad
YouTube
revenue.
was owned by Google.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. I approve of your pronunciation because
Yes.
I'm not going to try.
Yeah, it's a name that I don't know how to say. So, but yeah, $5 billion in 3 months, and they were saying that last year they generated $15 billion
For the year?
for the year. So they said it's 10% of Google's revenue,
Wow.
which
Wow.
is kind of sad because I guess it's not sad. I don't know. That's a lot of money. Only 10%. I mean, 15 billion is
But if
only
you think
10%.
about it, but if you think about it this way, think how big Google is.
Yeah.
And a whole 10% of their revenue comes from YouTube ads.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it that way, that seems crazy too.
Yeah.
Like,
And YouTube could be its whole own thing by itself. It's
right.
amazing. I love YouTube.
I do too.
My favorite part about YouTube is anytime I have a question about something, somebody has made a video about it.
Right? And I will, like when I went to change my headlights a little while ago, which, by the way, Subaru, I love your cars, but why? You have to take off the front wheels, pull down the wheel well skirt, and all that stuff just to get to the light bulb. And that seems unnecessarily complicated. But I watched 3 videos before I was like, okay, I guess this is really how you do it.
Yeah. The first one, you're like, what? Whatever.
This
There's
guy
no
went
way.
about it the wrong way.
And the second one, you're like, really?
Yeah.
And the third one, you're like, no, all right.
The third one I watched was actually in a shop.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, we do these all the time, but we just wanted you guys to know that it can be done, and here's how you do it.
That's fine.
And I was like, God.
But thank you, YouTube.
But thank
for
you, YouTube.
allowing people
Yeah.
to upload those videos. It helped
Right.
you out.
Right, it did.
Yeah. So that's all I had from YouTube.
Cool.
What was your Blackberry thing?
So, today is the 4th.
Uh-huh.
Yesterday, BlackBerry released a statement that says, as of August 31st, 2020, they will no longer be making BlackBerry branded mobile devices.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they were going to come out with one.
TCL Communications is the owner of BlackBerry, and in December of 2016, they had entered into a brand licensing agreement, and they were going to continue selling them into the future, with Key One being like kind of their biggest go-to whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so 8/31/2020, and they're going to continue warranty and servicing through 8/31/2022. So that feels about right for a cell phone.
Yeah.
If I don't know why you would buy a BlackBerry in August, knowing that that's the last time you're ever going to be able to buy one. Mm-hmm. But if you do, you're covered for 2 years.
Yeah.
So that seems right.
Yeah. Seems long enough.
But anyway, so that's, I don't know. The post that I saw this on said, "R.I.P. BlackBerry, we'll see you again in the future." Because they seem to just always come back.
Yeah. Somebody will buy them. Somebody will use the name.
Yep.
So,
but anyway, for now,
yeah.
August this year, that's it for BlackBerry.
Bye-bye, BlackBerry.
Bye-bye.
So the last thing that I had, so GMC announced an electric vehicle. Well, they teased us with an electric vehicle. So if you watched the Super Bowl, it was on there.
Yeah, it was.
It's also been all over a lot of the tech websites and the EV websites.
It'll be in our footnotes.
Yes. They are coming back out with the Hummer.
Yeah.
A very, I would say, a controversial vehicle, just because back whenever the gas prices were so high, it was kind of like wearing a fur coat.
That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah. You might get paint thrown on your car. I don't know. Not anymore.
Because gas prices went down.
Yeah, and so they're going to come out with an electric Hummer.
Yeah.
And the stats look impressive. It's rated at 1,000 horsepower.
1,000 horsepower.
Now, some people are saying we don't know how they rated that, like where that 1,000 horsepower is coming from. But still, that's a bajillion more than my car has.
0 to 60 in like 3.5 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
Assuming you can get traction.
Hopefully you can, because it's probably going to weigh 1 billion pounds.
Well, I mean, probably.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't know, because none of the commercials have really let you know, and I haven't read up on it. Mm-hmm. Is it, because they had the H3, which had a truck bed.
Yeah.
No.
H2 with a truck bed.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it.
The H3 was just a smaller
It was a tiny
Hummer.
one. It's basically a Ford Escape.
I'm wondering, is this a Hummer SUV or a Hummer truck?
Rumor is that it might be a truck, but it might not be.
So here's the other thing. Like, they're releasing this update, and this might have been their timeline all along, because LeBron James is involved. Like, they might have always thought, like, okay, Super Bowl week, that's when we're doing it, because that's when we'll have the most eyeballs. Mm-hmm. But, like, if it is a truck, it feels like, oh, well, on the back of the Cybertruck, they see that that's popular, they're going to do this thing. Mm-hmm. But, like, they have to have already have been working on it.
Yes.
You know, it's not like you could, oh, Cybertruck, that's a thing? Like, let's make a Hummer. No, you couldn't turn it around that fast.
Right. I agree completely.
So this is something that's been in the works.
Yeah. Rumor has it that GMC is working on an electric truck. That's why some people in their articles are saying this could be the truck. They could do a Hummer version with a regular sized truck bed.
Yeah. Because
that H2 had like a tiny, like 2.5 foot, 3 foot truck bed.
Yeah, it was not big.
It was like enough to get a couple bags of mulch.
If you remember, like, if you wanted to haul like an ATV, they had ramps that went up onto the back of your hood.
Oh.
Because you couldn't set an ATV in there flat. Like, it had to be inclined.
Yeah.
So it didn't like pull up on top of your truck cab, but like it drove up on these ramps and sat in there almost, maybe like a 70-degree angle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there wasn't room.
I either hope I kind of hope it's the SUV.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that is a market that a lot of people want, is an SUV. Because it's kind of the new family.
Because even the Tesla SUVs are more crossover than true SUV.
The model, I would say the Model X is definitely
Full on.
because it's got a third row.
The Y is
The
kind
Y
of the
is
crossover.
definitely a crossover.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. It's
The X
looks
is
like
the
a,
newer one,
It looks
right?
like a bubble butt version of the Model 3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So, but if they come out with the truck, that would be cool too, because people have been clamoring
Yeah.
over trucks.
Yeah.
So, but they said it's going to have like 11,600 foot-pounds of torque.
I saw that.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how that compares to other vehicles, but you can kind of assume that with like they're putting out these stats of crazy horsepower, crazy fast 0 to 60 time, crazy foot-pounds of torque, but you can almost just assume that that's just electric vehicles from now on. Because they're all going to come out with impressive stats. Why? Because Elon Musk's company, Tesla, has crazy stats, and if they don't match that, then they're in trouble.
So the Ram 1500, which I feel like is a truck.
Yeah.
That's just a truck.
It's truck.
Ram 1500 has up to 410 foot-pounds of torque.
What?
410.
Oh, my.
And you
Okay.
said 11,000. Electric vehicles are insane.
These numbers are like the speed of a rocket around
They
the
just
Earth.
don't matter.
You can pull down a building with this thing. So, this is going to be really cool. So the actual, like, this is a teaser, but the actual reveal is going to be May 20th. So, we'll get the actual production of it, I guess, is supposed to happen in 2021.
But May 20, we'll get to see what it looks like.
Yes.
Well, that's cool.
The full reveal.
I'm going to post the Super Bowl ad in the footnotes.
Yeah.
Because it's so cool.
It's a cool ad.
I
didn't know. It's a cool ad when you know that it's going on, but I didn't realize that it was a Hummer ad.
Oh.
And then you because I looked away whenever the actual, like, grill showed up on the screen.
Uh-huh.
And then whenever you sent it to me, I was like, oh yeah, I saw this.
yeah, I
but
saw
I
this
didn't
one.
really know what it was doing.
Yeah, because I messaged you, like, literally as soon as it went off, and I was like, did you just see the Hummer ad?
And I was like, huh?
Huh? I guess not. Missed it.
I saw part of it.
Yeah.
So that's all I've got. Did you want to do some crazy tech?
Crazy tech. Welcome to the Crazy Tech. Crazy Tech. Shout out to the Chiefs.
Nice. This is a Chiefs podcast.
This is Chief-centric
with sprinkles of tech.
with sprinkles of tech.
Well, I see you got a crazy tech here. Did you want to go first, or do you want me?
Yes.
All right, go for it.
Have you... Look at this. This is called The Wall. It's from Samsung, and it's a TV.
It's incredible.
So the one that they had at CES was 146 inches.
I thought it was bigger than that. That's what
They
they
have
sell.
bigger ones.
Oh, okay.
The one at CES was 146 inches. 12 feet wide,
Yeah,
because why not?
yeah.
But they have them up to 292 inch options. So basically, however big a wall you want to fill,
Yeah.
they've probably got a TV for you.
Well, it's got a good name.
Yeah, so 88, these are diagonal inches. 88, 93, 110, 150, 75, 146, 219, 292. So they've got several options. There are no prices for them.
Just expect expensive.
The article I read said, just know that if you... I'm trying to think how it was worded. It said, just like buying a supercar, you probably know if you can afford this or not.
If you have to ask the price,
Then it doesn't
Right.
matter.
it's like what are those red bottom shoes?
Right.
If you have to ask the price of how much those shoes are,
Then you can't afford them.
You can't afford them.
Right.
Yeah.
There were some comments about at least the one that was on display. I guess it's sort of paneled up, and so they said that sometimes they were getting sort of a checkerboard thing.
Yeah.
So they were hoping that before they went to production, they would have that worked out. They also mentioned that it might be possible to link more displays,
That would be cool.
and so
I can only afford 4 displays. So I'm gonna get
perhaps
6.
you could get a 24 inch or 24 foot wide by however tall, 4 of them linked up and just go crazy, folks.
You have a full-on movie screen.
Yeah. What they did say was it takes up... This is kind of a silly thing to say, but it takes up less room than a similar-sized like projector pointing on the wall, which, of course, because you don't have to put anything on your ceiling.
Right.
Duh.
But
also, I would assume, because, like, where this picture is, and I'm going to post this in the footnotes, too, so you'll be able to see it, you could never put a projector right there. Because there's a huge bleeping window right next to it.
Yep.
It would just wash out.
Yep.
And so that's the nice thing about an actual TV versus a projector. But it's 4K. It's all the things.
It's all the things that the TV people want.
But it's supposed to have true black, and it's supposed to not have issues with burn-in and all that kind of stuff. So, which I thought burn-in was done. I didn't know we still had issues with that.
Yeah, OLED has a problem with it.
Oh, okay.
Of course, plasma always had a problem. Some of the old LCD stuff did. You don't hear about it as much just because they have ways of preventing it, like screensavers.
Right. Everything shifts just a little bit every few seconds.
Yep. People who play video games a lot will see it because they're like HUDs on the screen. Will stay in one spot and they'll play it for hours.
There. Right.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
But this is like kind of the start. Remember, like, I don't know if you really remember this or not because I don't know how much you were following it, but back when OLED TVs were first coming out, it was like this big deal and they were super expensive and they were super thin. This is the MicroLED revolution.
Yes, I saw that. I didn't really know what they were talking about, but...
Yeah, basically super duper duper tiny LEDs. You'll start to see that in Apple's displays probably in the next year or two. So, it's cool stuff from what I've heard. I've never seen one myself, but I like the idea of being able to buy a TV and potentially click in additional panels if you want to go bigger.
Yeah.
So maybe you can't afford a 80-inch TV, but you can afford a 60-inch TV, and then you could buy enough panels the next year to click in to make your TV 80 inches.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good
The
crazy
wall.
tech. The wall. This is just kind of like a neat little hack thingy that you can do with Netflix.
I like hacks.
So if you sign into Netflix on a web browser, so you go to netflix.com.
Yep.
You sign in, and in the upper right corner, there's generally like a little drop-downy thingy that you can get to your profile or your account information.
That's where you can go in and get rid of shows if you all of a sudden mess up your algorithm and you start getting offered stupid stuff because you had a friend stay over and they looked something up on your account or I've also before clicked on something where I'm like, this looks interesting, and then I start watching and I'm like, this isn't what I thought it was.
And then it's just suggestion after suggestion.
Yeah. And so I'll go in and just remove the show completely.
Yeah. I haven't ever done that. That's a good tip.
Yeah.
But
Pro tip.
You can scroll all the way down to the bottom and you'll see basically a My Profile section, and in there is activity something. I can't remember what it is. It's activity something. It's like second from the bottom. But you click on that and it shows you what shows you've actually watched.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
that place.
Yes, but you can scroll all the way down to the bottom of it, and you can click download all, and then you can either view or you can download it, and it downloads it into a CSV like Excel style file.
Okay.
So, but you can see what show you very first watched on Netflix back when you first logged into Netflix a long, long time ago.
So what's the first thing you ever watched, bro?
So back in 2011, on July 24th,
I didn't even have Netflix back in 2011.
This is definitely when they were first starting the streaming service, because I got on for 2 weeks. Okay. And then I dropped it in 2011 and came back in 2014.
Okay.
So there was a big gap.
Okay.
3 years of like not using their streaming service. The very first show I watched, which shocked me, was Iron Man 2.
Okay.
That is not me at all.
That's not you at all, no. So.
But hold on, the second show I watched, Fraggle Rock, season 1.
Oh my gosh, how old were your kids in 2011?
Oh geez, Kate would have been 2, And Lexi would have probably been probably 5.
So yeah, this makes sense. Fraggle Rock,
Oh, that
Alice
wasn't-
in Wonderland, The Last Airbender.
Yeah, that I did not watch. See, a lot of these things I think I just started.
Sure.
Spirit of the Marathon. That surprised me that's all, that long ago. Glee, I don't recall ever watching that.
Yo Gabba Gabba, that's probably not you either.
Yeah.
Some of this isn't you, bro.
Yeah, it might. I don't know. Lexi might have been watching Glee. I don't know. Maybe the singing. But Iron Man 2 is me. Fraggle Rock. I definitely remember a time whenever I first got that streaming service just trying to search for stuff
Sure.
because there wasn't a lot on there. But yeah, it's hilarious.
So I'm disappointed.
Why?
I really thought, because in the show notes, the show outline, you put Netflix show list. I thought, because there's no way to really know what's on Netflix without just searching.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought you
too
were
big.
going to tell me that Netflix had added to their website and they were going to have more of like a TV guide type of thing. Nope.
Just so you can go back and see that you watched My Little Pony Friends is Magic Season 1, feeling pinky keen on 2/15 of 14.
Oh,
Yep.
that's good Valentine's Day viewing.
It was.
Clearly.
Yeah. There's several My Little Ponies on there. This is definitely an age
This
whenever
is
my
so
kids were much
fun.
younger.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Like, I was
I
like,
wonder if this was before profiles were added. Like, so everything was just on the main profile.
yeah, I think so.
Because, like, when I look at my list, like, it's my list.
hmm
The kids' list is just Little Baby Bum,
Right.
one after another, I'm sure. But-
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's at least fun for laughs to go back and
My list was very long.
look through that stuff.
Like,
Gosh, I bet.
Whenever I clicked the view, it just kept scrolling. And pro tip on this, don't just look at the web view. Actually do the download, and then it gives you an option to view. You don't have to actually download it.
Okay.
It's not a big file if you do download it because it's just text. But if you do the view, because otherwise you only get to see like 20 at a time, and you have to click next and
Okay.
then next. And if you have as many as I did, it would probably take you all day to click through it.
Sure.
So,
Gotcha.
but yeah.
So that view is much more user-friendly.
Mhm. So that's crazy
Interesting.
tech.
That's crazy, Ted.
Yeah. Little tips. The wall. It's good times.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, that's all I have for this week.
Hey, me too.
That's it?
Yep.
All right. Well, should we let our fine listeners know where they can find us?
Yeah, check out our show notes on the internet at LunchTimeTechTalk.com. You can also click on different links there and get to actual podcast episodes. You can also click over and read a little bit about us. Do we need to update our About page?
Maybe.
I haven't read it in a while.
Yeah, I haven't either.
We should look at it.
Yeah, we should look at it. Maybe update it.
Maybe update it. You can find us on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Lunchtime Tech Talk. You can find us on Twitter at Lunchtime Tech T1. You can find us on Patreon,
Yes.
patreon.com/Lunchtime Tech Talk. You can find us on YouTube also,
Yes.
as long as that little intro doesn't get us copyrighted.
Yeah.
You can find the other episodes, though. You can find me on Instagram. I deactivated my Facebook. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at MSUMac. That's MSUMACC. Mike, where you at?
I am at run_bike_Mike on Twitter and runbikemike everywhere else. And as per usual, I feel like I'm saying every week, go to my YouTube channel. Check out my new video. There you can see Chad help me build a jump.
You can see me take out a tree with my mountain bike.
Yeah,
That's worth a look.
Yeah, definitely worth a look.
Subscriber count update?
202. Yes.
You did it!
Did I not say this?
No!
What?
No! You were at 199.
I feel like time has lots of time has spanned between.
Right? Between last Tuesday and this Tuesday?
Yes. So yeah, I did. I hit 200.
202!
202.
Woo!
Yeah.
Baby!
It's a big deal.
That's sick.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Nice.
So I've got several videos that are going to be coming out over the next 3 to 4 weeks. They're going to range from mountain biking stuff to building stuff to tools. So
Very
I've got
cool.
several things that I want to do. Not all of them are going to be super long, but some of them might be a little longer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so go check it out.
Check out the mountain bike video. What's it called?
It is called...
It's the newest one out
How
there.
to build a gap jump over a log. I
Nice.
think it is.
And
the newest
so hit subscribe,
Yeah.
ring that bell, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and do the same thing for us everywhere else.
Yes. Yes. That would be great.
That would be great.
iTunes. If you haven't gone out there, leave us a review.
Yeah.
If you're a long-time listener,
Yeah.
leave us a review.
Because we have a handful out there
Yes.
of reviews. And we could use another handful.
Yeah. Couple handfuls would
Double
be
our reviews.
good. That'd be fantastic.
Let's do it.
Yep.
That's your mission for this week. Hey, and I'm sure Mike's going to do an excellent job of editing this podcast, but it's raining today. And
Yes.
this is episode 50, which is pretty cool. 50 episodes is a big deal.
Big deal.
I think this is the second time it's rained. I think it's the first time it's rained this hard.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you know what? We're in a car.
Save it for bedtime and fall asleep to the subtle tones of our voices and the beautiful drip drops of the rain.
There you go.
There you go.
We'll see you guys next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.